Hello there, and we are live. See, yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you're welcome to episode 7, sorry, of the Gunnerz and Mag show, man. See, Steve, man, despite everything that stopped us doing this show, yeah, episode 7, baby.
Yeah. What's going
You're
on,
welcome
man?
to the show, man. You're welcome to the
Yeah,
show.
thanks for having me. No, thanks for having me. It's
Yeah,
it's
man.
it's good to have the show back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's
So
good to have the show back. And guys, yeah, later this evening, Real Madrid will be having that matchup, that crunch matchup against Man City.
yeah,
Hopefully, Steve will be setting up that matchup in this
yeah,
place, in his channel. So you guys have to join us down there. Probably me, some other guys might be coming in. It depends.
yeah.
So, but that match is a very, very important one. So I would have to join Steve down there. But Steve, yeah, see, no other topic, is the topic of the Premier League, maybe bar Manchester United in the loss, a couple of days ago, than Arsenal or Newcastle versus Arsenal.
Yeah.
See, yeah, 2-0. See, Steve Mahala, take us through. See, yeah, on an emotional level, yeah, take me through how you felt emotionally. Yeah, because me and you had a watch along on my channel. It was a capitulation, a breakdown of your emotions that day. See, Steve, yeah, tell me on an emotional level what happened, and then break in depthly into that game. What did Newcastle do wrong? What did Arsenal do right to come away with 2-0 from one of the most informed sides at home, possibly in St. James Park? And see, yeah, coming into that matchup, Arsenal, Newcastle had just conceded just 27 goals this season. For me, that's huge, yeah. Mostly for next season, it shows that defense is as tough as it gets. It's as tough as nails, yeah. What happened, Steve Mahala? 2-0 to the Arsenal, St. James Park, Newcastle. Hit it, hit
For
us.
me, for me, bro, it's as simple as this. You guys took your chances, and we didn't.
Mm.
Um, so the fact that both of our teams gave away a lot of chances. Well, you just decided to take yours, to be honest, and we were too busy faffing about. Um, bro, it was honestly as simple as that. I thought we brought the physical element to the. That was one of the most physical matches you'll see in the Prem this year. We were putting in some fucking, some bad boy tackles.
Some bad boys tackles, and Joe
Yeah,
Linton. Joe
and
Linton
yeah,
was the
Joelinton.
scarehead of.
And you know what? That's even more credit to you because, like I said, I'm shocked that Granit Xhaka didn't lose his head. I'm surprised one of our guys stayed on the pitch. I'm surprised we had all 11 men on the pitch because it was
Mm.
a physical game, man. But
Mhm.
ultimately, we just we didn't put the ball in the back of the net. So it's like, bro, what's the point?
Well, it's not like the chances were not coming, right? The chances were coming. You guys
Yeah,
hit the
I mean,
post like
at a
two,
minute
three
and
times.
30 in, we hit the post through Jacob Murphy, and then we had, oh, bro, we had even more chances than that. I mean, I
Exactly,
think
man.
Isak hit the post and then a crossbar. You guys
Yeah.
hit the crossbar. You guys hit the post, and then both of our goalkeepers were phenomenal. Both of them. Both of them were absolutely
Yeah, Nick Pope.
tremendous. I
Mm,
mean, Nick Pope made a few saves with his legs, one with his shoulder, I think, on Martinelli on a one-on-one.
exactly.
Um,
Exactly. And even Bukayo
so
Saka on a one-on-one.
yep,
That was
Saka
a
as
clear
well.
goal
And then
chance.
towards
And
the end of the first half, made that save on Odegaard.
on Odegaard,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Nick Pope
mean,
saved you guys the other day from making
yeah,
that
from
scoreline
yeah,
look fluffy in any way. But
yeah.
see, yeah, Steve Mahala, yeah. I really want to know the root cause of that capitulation by Newcastle. I can't really call it capitulation. Yeah, it's just 2-0. There's no shame losing 2-0 to Arsenal. But
Mm.
if you're the most informed side in the top four, maybe bar Manchester City, yeah, and you're playing at home, bro, and you have that kind of defensive record,
Yeah.
you have to be at least putting in goals against Arsenal that have
Yeah.
a shambolic defense, that have a novice from Italy. It's Polish anyway, but it came from Spezia, right?
Mhm.
A novice in Kivior down there making up our back four. We had a Gabriel Magalhaes who was still carrying that niggling injury from that matchup against Chelsea. See, yeah, I really think that you guys didn't really go for it the way you should be going for it.
No, what? What do you mean? Oh, no. We went for it. We went for it.
Because goals should
Explain
have
what
been
you mean,
scored.
I guess.
Because goals should have been scored, and you're in St. James Park of all places. And Arsenal is not with our complete back four. See, that was a makeshift back four. In no way that is our best back four pairing that we
No,
have.
yeah.
You know, that we have at Arsenal.
To be fair,
You guys
Kivior.
should be
To be
taking
fair, Kivior
advantage of
stepped.
that.
To be fair, Kivior did step up.
Second game in the bounce,
I thought,
right?
yep, second game in a row where I think he's looked good.
Mhm.
Definitely, and I'm surprised because I didn't think Arteta would be using him that often up until next year, but he's kind of had to because of the two injuries, problems with Gabriel's fitness and Saliba being out for a while now.
Yeah.
To be honest, bro, it's like we just didn't take our chances, as simple as that, and there are a few reasons for that. The first being that Ramsdale was just excellent. He was absolutely tremendous, to be honest. And then the second one being that
Big ups, Gunner Gathering. Big ups is a new subscriber to this channel. Poo. You're welcome to this channel, my brother. Gunner Gathering. Thank you for coming around to the channel. It says, big up, guys. New subscriber to the channel. Big ups, Gunner Gathering. And, see, man, it's all love down here, man. It's me, Steve Mahala, Gunners and Mags. Hey, it's all love down here. See, Steve, continue, man.
What was I even saying? Oh, I was talking about why we didn't take our chances. And, well, obviously that has to do with Ramsdale. The one time that I got extremely pissed off on the watch along was Murphy. Murphy, you're I think it was in the first half. Your whole defense collapsed and he had it wide open. Yeah. He should have just shot it right the fuck. Oh my god. He should have just shot it right away. No. It wasn't that, Tony, because he did get the shot off. He didn't shoot right away though. Because he had all that space and he should have just shot right away. And he didn't. I was like, bro, I'm done.
But again, maybe he was just looking for the perfect. Maybe he was just looking for the perfect.
It's easy to call all these shots, just sitting back and watching. But for me, I think he should have shot there. But
see, what does this defeat do for you? What does this defeat do for you? Do you think it would get to the head of Newcastle mentally in a negative way? Or do you think this type of loss, because Arsenal coming into St. James Park of all places, the grilling center generally, the grilling center this season.
We've only lost there once.
Exactly, man. Where most teams come and
before you guys came.
Yeah. Even Man City, come down there, saw what was cooking down there and they had to run away with a 3-3 draw. So see, there's totally it's a I don't really know if this would hit Newcastle United negatively in terms of the mental state you guys are going to be at. Because you guys are in the running for this top four. Leeds is oncoming. You're going to Leeds. Sam Allardyce, manager bounce. The old story. Sam Allardyce, not an easy coach to just, go down there and bamboozle. He's not that easy kind of guy. Even me and you had this one-on-one on a chat today, when me and you were talking privately. Steve, what do you think? Does this defeat hurt Newcastle negatively? Or do you think, okay, it's just one of those, one of those things we have to do? There's no shame in losing to Arsenal. We can just keep going. We can go to Leeds and stamp our authority down there at Leeds.
Bro, if I'm honest, I'm nervous for Leeds away. I'm honest. You know what? Even if we didn't win, or if we didn't lose, or if we drew, or whatever, I'd still be nervous going into it because Leeds away at this point in the season when they're battling for relegation and they just made a swap in manager. Bro, I'm not looking forward to that. I'm really, really not looking forward to that. Do I think mentally we'll be okay? Absolutely. I think we'll be okay. But the thing is, it's like they're going to be up for it. They're going to be up for it. I mean, they're going to be hard to break down. And then on the counter, I mean, they don't have much in midfield. So it's going to be, it's good. We're going to be forcing them into a lot of last minute defending, clearances off the line and all that stuff. But for me, it just takes one ball up the top, and we could be in trouble because we're gonna push high up. Botman and Cher are gonna be pretty much camping on the halfway line for a majority of that game, and one ball over the top could put us on the back burner immediately.
Is Newcastle equipped to handle those long balls that Sam Allardyce?
Yeah, we've been doing okay against those kind of teams. A bit too many draws at home for my liking, to the likes of a Bournemouth, a West Ham. I'm pretty sure Leeds drew with us 0-0 at home. So
yeah, good. See, everyone in the charts. Yeah, see, the big Gunnerz are already down here in the charts. Yeah,
yes, sir.
Look at AFC, Tayyip Hussein, Sebastian, Gunner Gathering, Chelsea, Mitty Boy. See, Oregon Gunner, my guy. Poo. Jamio is down here with us too. Jamio, Jamie, man, big ups to you. And again, member of this channel, Anthony Herbert. Big ups to you, Anthony Herbert. You know we love you down here on this channel. See, Steve, one of your most imposing defenders this weekend.
Yeah.
Your most, I would carefully reiterate this, You're one of your top performer this season. For me, one of the players of the season on a personal level. It depends on how every other person takes it, Fabian Schär.
Yeah.
A home goal in the weekend. What does that do to him in any way? Do you think it will affect his performances going down from here? Because mind you, Eddie Howe is watching these players. You guys haven't splashed the cash the way we know you guys will splash the cash.
Or that we could have. Yeah.
Or something like that, You know it's impending. You know that splashing of cash is coming in. Do you think Fabian Schär, after that own goal this past weekend, do you think he was thinking, Eddie Howe might start having ideas? He must start thinking, I have to dip my hands into shallow waters and go and get maybe a more bigger, more muscular, more faster kind of defender that can be able to read things in a more different way. Do you think that Eddie Howe, Fabian Schär, would have those kind of mentality going down to the summer where you guys might have to dig deep into the summer market and get in some defenders or something? Do you think there's any fear like that in any way?
Well, personally for me, I mean, yeah, you're totally spot on. Fabian Schär and Jaminho just said in the comments he's been overlooked this year. He's been absolutely brilliant. But for me, it's like I don't want to be in your situation, right? When Saliba got injured, then you had to call up upon Rob Holding. I want a better center back like a Kivior, if he's ready to step up. So I will go for a younger center back that fits the mold of Eddie Howe. Height, good on the ball, and that and can also hit long balls.
Faster, quicker. Fabian Schär is very, very good, on air balls.
Yeah,
But again,
aerially.
I don't aerial. Yeah,
I
is
want
aerial
someone to challenge his starting
abilities
11
there.
berth. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. And
but
and that should be the way for every one of the positions in the
but
team.
is he
Every
the
one of
most?
them.
Is he one of the most fastest defenders though? Aerial ability, yes,
His
but do
pace
you
is
think with
fine. You don't really need, to be honest, Tony. Pace is. I mean, how many rapid center backs are there out there? Really, you got Varane.
Varane,
You've got
Martinez
Saint
is also a
Just.
fast one.
Saint Just at Sporting.
Yeah, yeah.
Jeremiah St. Just. You've got Jules Koundé possibly. Jules Koundé is pretty quick,
Yeah,
but he
pretty
could
quick.
also play right back too.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's not. It's not a prerequisite. I mean, was John Terry and Gary Cahill known as speed demons? Was Nemanja
Nah,
Vidic known as a speed demon?
mm-mm,
Is Virgil van Dijk was quick, but he
mm-mm.
wasn't like, you know what I'm saying, like kind
Yeah,
of that level. But
yeah. Even Anthony
Konate's got a good, a bit of pace on him, definitely.
Canate,
But
Canate also, Canate
so
also.
for me, the pace isn't the issue because Botman isn't, again, he's not rapid. He's kind of quick. He's not bad, but for me, it's like, yeah, I would look to bring in a center back beside over Jamal Lascelles to challenge him. Definitely,
Mm,
definitely.
mm, mm.
Um,
Okay, but do
so,
you think Eddie Howe will be dipping his hand into that
of
transfer
course, of
market to get
course,
in
of
a
course,
defender?
of
A
course.
defender. So you think he'll
Yeah.
bring in a defender, right?
By defender, you're saying a left back or a center back
Left back,
or a right
center
back.
back,
Yes,
anyone
yes. We will definitely buy a defender in the summer because we're playing in Europe next year. It's guaranteed point mathematically wise. So we're going to need to rotate. We can't play those four guys every single game if we go far into the European competitions with with also the Carabao Cup and FA Cup and Premier League games to go along with it. So, what I'm saying, we're definitely going to buy at least a midfielder, a forward, whether that's a striker or a left wing, right wing, whatever. So we're going to buy one of each, and maybe even a backup goalkeeper. For me.
But what about the striking positions? Are you okay with that striking position?
Yeah.
Because we'll soon be going into the Arsenal part of this whole thing. But
unless Callum Wilson wants to leave, which I haven't heard anything about, but what do I know? I think he'll stay around. If it's Champions League, I'd be curious to see if maybe we brought in a forward who could play out maybe left striker, right wing, maybe like a Thuram from Borussia Mönchengladbach, because he can play up top or he could play on the wing. Top.
Exactly.
There's also rumors that we're going for Moussa Diaby, and there's even links with Neymar from Paris Saint-Germain. That would be very interesting to see if Eddie Howe would actually want them.
But again, it's not a far cry because you know that Newcastle they have the
we have the cash, we have the ambition. We're in the Champions League. We're in the Champions League, so if people really, that.
Yeah.
If people
think something I can't say about Arsenal, we don't have unlimited resources. I'm not really.
Oh, you got money. Whoa.
No, Steve, but the mentality.
Whoa. We don't have unlimited resources. We may have unlimited resources, but you still make far more money in TV deals.
It's not
European cash.
Right now. It's about
revenue.
Afford to splash the cash.
Your Adidas definitely pays more money to you guys than Castor does for us. You make more money. You make more money as a football club. We just have richer owners. Obviously,
it doesn't matter whether Arsenal makes more money when you have unlimited resources.
No, it does. It does because that's what the whole FFP thing is.
Yeah, of course, if you're going to FFP, totally understandable. And you know what? Yeah, if Newcastle decide to splash the cash right now, you guys won't have any FFP rules at your back or behind you because you've somehow not spent the amount of money that has been expected from you guys to actually spend. So you can actually go this summer and say, okay, you know what? Yeah, I want to spend 300 million pounds. I want to spend 400 million pounds. No one would stop you. And you have the
I
unlimited
just don't want.
resources to tap
I just
from.
don't want.
But
I
Arsenal-
just
tell
don't
me the
want
truth,
you.
Steve.
I
Tell me
just
the
don't
truth,
want
Steve.
you
Do you
claiming
think Arsenal will
poverty.
go into that
I just
summer
don't want
market
you
and
claiming
splash
poverty,
300 million
bro.
pounds? Tell me the truth. Do you
I
think
just don't-
Arsenal will go into the summer and splash 300 million pounds?
Well, you should. Well, you should.
No, we should. It's
You
totally
should.
understand. But do you
Because
think Arsenal can go in there and splash 300 million pounds? Do you think so?
You should. You should. Because
the question is not we should. The question is, can we do it?
Yes.
That's
yes.
what I'm asking.
Yes.
We
yes,
know.
Yes.
We know
you
Newcastle
can spend 300
can do it.
M's.
So we can do it.
300 M's. Yes. Because apparently the Champions League attracts the better players. So that means that Arsenal should be making some very, 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 very good signings. Very good signings. Because
that's
Tony,
what should happen.
Tony, don't you feel? Don't you feel kind of annoyed that you've been hearing all these years? Champions League gets you better players. Champions League gets you better players. Champions League get you better players. Champions League will get you better players. Champions League will get you better players.
It's the best opportunity for Arsenal to get in those players.
But you're not even confident that you're going to spend.
And this is why I'm not confident here. See,
right?
This is the problem here.
Isn't that an Edu problem then? The fact that he can't recruit.
We've bottled the league, yeah. We've bottled the league, yeah. Whether we like it or not, there's still a chance.
You still got a little chance, but yeah.
Mathematically, but we've bottled it, yeah. Once it is off your hands, you've bottled it. So we have to pray for Man City to lose games. So we've bottled it. Good. In a season where you've bottled a Premier League title, yeah, and you still have about 3 more games. Right now, I should be expecting Arsenal Football Club to be tying up a deal for Bukayo Saka. Right now, we should be doing that even before the season ends. We should be doing that. We should be tying up deals for Saliba right now. We don't have to wait till the summer.
Saka still has a contract on the table, if I'm not mistaken.
Then sign
it's been over for a year, and there's 1 year left.
If the deal is there, you love the football club, then sign the deal. So,
well, Tony, me and you both, Tony, me and you both
sign the goddamn deal.
Yeah, Tony, me and you both know.
I've not finished, Steve. Yeah, I've not finished. There's still more because with Arsenal, it's a big problem. Yeah. They need to sign up Bukayo Saka to a new deal. We need to tie up William Saliba. We've not heard anything about that deal. It's just there. Nothing. See, yeah, we still need to put up an extension for Martin Odegaard. See, when you're scoring up to 3 goals in 2 games in the Premiership in the run-up to the end of the season.
What does he have, 15? Odegaard in the season?
Trust me.
Good. That's very good.
That's incredible stats, incredible numbers from Martin Odegaard. And again, absolutely. 3 goals in 2 games. Now, that's superb. Do you know the implications of that? And scoring 15 goals, being a midfield marshal this season, a breakout season at Arsenal Football Club for Martin Odegaard, yeah? But this is the thing, yeah? Other clubs will be nursing. They will be nursing that ambition of splashing that cash for Martin Odegaard. They could come in and say, you know what, yeah? We have about 120. Arsenal, let's test your resolve with this. See, Steve, I'm not confident in my club keeping Martin Odegaard in that vein. I'm sorry. Look at that money. I'm telling you, man.
Really?
These guys are not willing. See, man, these guys are not willing to. They're not willing to splash the cash.
How much is Odegaard on a week?
See, man. See, I expect Arsenal to be tying up those deals. I expect Arsenal to be tying up Caicedo deal right now. Not
because I was Tony. Wasn't right that sorry to interject? Wasn't that the
at the same time?
Wasn't that the reason that you didn't go for Caicedo in January? Was that you didn't want to overpay for 80 because Brighton wanted you offered 80 to Brighton, right? For Caicedo, I think.
For Caicedo,
was reported, yeah. And but Brighton wanted 100. They wanted 100 in the middle of the season, but maybe they go to like 85, or maybe you could even get 75, 80 in the summer.
Chelsea Football Club wouldn't have gotten him if they wanted him.
Yeah, but they went for Enzo instead. They went for
That's what
Enzo
I'm saying.
instead.
Then why not splash the cash? You know you're going to the Champions League.
Like, you guys
next
should get
season.
kind of, based off of your behavior and the way you dealt with that January situation. I expect you guys to sign Caicedo, especially with the Champions League thing as
With the
well.
Champions
You
League
should.
thing,
Do you expect that? Because you've. For me, it's kind of like with the Bellingham Liverpool thing. But the worst thing is that they've been dragging on about the Bellingham thing for about 2 years now, and now all of a sudden it's they basically screwed over their own fans, saying, "Oh, we're gonna sacrifice this whole season, winning nothing." And not even getting Champions League next year, possibly, although their form is incredible right now. You know what I'm saying? So I expect you guys to make some bad boy signings, and because of this whole Champions League thing that everybody waffles on about. So for me, you guys should be getting a Caicedo.
Thank God you're on the same page with me. And the Rice. Yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Because what I'm hearing from, all these other, bootleg channels is that Arsenal should just at least bring in Caicedo. And bro, I don't want to hear that. We're going to the Champions League. We're
Caicedo? You need more work.
Exactly. That's what I'm hearing. One in, one out. And bro, I'm not into that. Yeah. I want us, because see, Man City, look, see, Steve, doesn't this hurt you? Yeah, even as a Newcastle fan, doesn't this hurt you that Man City can afford to bring in a Foden from the bench? A Godogan who is not even in the first team to score goals, yeah? Foden, Grealish, Ake. See, the list is endless.
I mean,
these guys have Centurions all over. Like, they don't have to.
And the mentality that Pep Guardiola has them on, they're so hungry. Exactly. He always has his players on a knife edge, bro. Always. Remember after the Leipzig first leg where it was a 1-1 draw, I think? He called out his players, bro. Like De Bruyne, the guys on the bench, and that fired them up. Exactly. Like his man management and his motivation and his tactics it's unbelievable. And he gets the backing. He obviously gets the backing, and for good reason, from Manchester City. So that's the kind of thing that if this Arteta project is as serious as people say it is, bro, then finally you get the Champions League, and even if you finish runners up, build off of it. You guys need to have one of the best transfer windows out of any European side this summer, based off of all the hype, all the PR, all of this. They got it. Edu has to deliver.
He has to deliver. But I'm sorry, man. I don't think he's going to deliver. If you cannot deliver in a title challenge, Arsenal haven't won a title.
If you can't back your manager for making,
if you can't do that,
then you got to go, bro.
Anyway, he's doing this. He has to go. It's time to go. It's time to go. I've protected this guy. See, Steve, you know, man, I've protected Mikel Arteta. Not that I have a liking for the guy, but I recognize that he has to battle lots of stuff. But man, he's inexperienced. I've showed grossly this season. If you're a speedster like that, you couldn't even give this guy a chance at least earlier into the season to at least, let's see, it just came, I know, but put him into those games. Let's see him play. And instead, Rob Holding, a player that I've wanted out of our football club. Any player that says I'm okay to be a squad player, I don't like that player. No hunger, no ambition, nothing. Is playing as a centre back for Arsenal Football Club. It's shocking. Horrible, man. Horrible. And that's why we bottled the league. That's why
Rob Holding should only be coming on as like an 85th minute sub if you're winning a game 3-1 or something. That's the only instance where that kind of thing should be acceptable. But
should be acceptable, right?
But and that for me again.
BX Gunner says, it says, Tony, don't go to the dark side.
What's up, BX Gunner?
What's up, BX Gunner, man? BX Gunner, I've missed you, my brother, man. Big up to you, man. See, man, sometimes you just have to go to those dark places. talking about dark places, you need to go and watch
Bro,
that.
you gotta. It's not even the dark side. It's just looking at both sides of the story, two different
of the
perspectives.
story.
Because I agree with you, bro. Arteta still is inexperienced compared to these other managers. I mean, Eddie Howe's been managing since 2009, 10, albeit that's in League Two.
See, Steve, give me your expat knowledge on this. Yeah? With everything in our football club right now, yeah, he's just won one FA Cup, yeah, in about 4 seasons.
And that was 3 years
the way
ago.
he went out of these domestic titles now. But again, he's gotten Champions League football that even Arsene Wenger struggled to get in the latter part of his,
Still did it 20 out of 22 years, though.
I know, but he's gotten Champions League football. It's opened a new avenue for Arsenal to rake in the cash, to bring in that revenue money from Champions League football. And that's what Unai Emery can't say he did. That's what Ljungberg can't say he did. Many managers that have received the chop at Arsenal, they couldn't deliver this, but Mikel Arteta has delivered it. Is this the best season? No. Is this a failure of a season? Yes. Does Champions League football, Steve Mahala, for you, does it give Mikel Arteta credits in the bank to keep his job at Arsenal Football Club?
I think ultimately he'll be a setup man. I think ultimately he'll be a setup man. Because to be honest, do I expect you guys to win the league next year? No, because I think Man City will. Because and Tony, like we just talked about this whole transfer window, you're not even that confident. You're not even that confident that the hierarchy, including Edu at Arsenal, are actually gonna live up to their promises of the Champions League is the crucial thing.
I'm not sure.
Because I think me and you can both agree on this that while a run in Europe is unlikely, it could still happen, I guess. But the big problem with that is that Arteta's European record, it's not that great. I know it's the Europa League. I know, whatever. But you can't tell me, the players are going to be up for it. Bro, if you can't beat Olympiacos, Villarreal, and Sporting Club de Portugal, how are you going to if you come up against a Real Madrid in the round of 16, how the hell are you supposed to get past that? I'm sorry.
How? See, I'm tired of going to places.
If you cross paths with a Bayern Munich as well,
Bayern Munich
in a knockout round,
9-1 or 8-1 or 7-1, I'm tired of that. So that's why we need to, dip our hands, go into those deep waters, into that dark side that BX Gunnerz is talking about, and go get these players. Caicedo, Rice in the bank, tie up Bukayo Saka to new deals, tie up Odegaard to new deal. William Saliba, go get me Ivan Ndika. Oh, you know what? Yeah, why don't we be more ambitious enough? Yeah, go in and test the waters for Upamecano in Bayern Munich. Test the waters. Bring him down here. Go in, test the waters for this guy.
Or go for it, or
Sadio Mane. Sadio Mane.
Bro, honestly, what?
Test the waters.
I wouldn't touch Sadio Mane. I wouldn't touch Sadio Mane.
We're a big club. Go.
But I know what you're saying. That kind of caliber of signing. Maybe a Leroy Sané would be a better example. A Leroy Sané. I still think.
It's cooking, guys. It's cooking.
Absolutely.
Steve is cooking.
But for me, ultimately, I think Arteta will be the setup man. I don't think right now he has the experience, and overall, the problem with Arteta is he learns his lessons.
Don't dilly-dally about. Should Mikel Arteta be sacked? It's simple.
They won't sack him. They won't sack him. But if I was in charge of things, I would look somewhere else. Probably. I would look somewhere else.
Okay, possibly. So Champions League doesn't buy him credit in the bank, at least for one more season. Does it?
No, because we just talked about the Champions League thing, and you're not actually that confident that the Champions League revenue is going to be used to actually bolster the squad appropriately. That's the again. It's if this equals this, well, then you need to give me this. If I'm going to a Thanksgiving dinner, bring the food. If you don't, then don't say you're gonna bring the food. You know what
Then
I'm
don't
saying?
say you're gonna bring the food. Yeah. See, man, I
You know
totally
what I'm
get you, man.
saying? You gotta
I get
deliver.
you.
You gotta
I feel you.
deliver.
I feel you, man.
And it's
I
not
feel
really
you.
Arteta's fault that Edu ain't that great ain't that great at his job, to be honest. That Edu should be
you.
doing a lot better.
I feel you.
Because like Fabio Vieira, bro, you know what? I liked him at Porto, but he needed to stay an extra year. It's clear as day. Clear as day. Because he did not establish himself in that Porto side, but you splashed 35, 40 million. Same thing with the likes of Asambi Lakonga. You got him a year. He moved out of Anderlecht a year too early. He needed to stay longer, bro. So for me, from
Fabio Vieira,
yeah, he needs
showing.
He still needs development, bro. He still needs development, but you can't spend 35 M's. You can't on a guy that still needs development. You want to buy someone who's
Steve Mahala,
yeah.
I've gotten news, that Granit Xhaka
Bayer Leverkusen are interested.
Exactly. And he's been shopped around Europe by Arsenal Football Club. He's been shopped around, by the football club. And just this morning, it breaking news, Bayern Leverkusen is in for Granit Xhaka. And see, they're desperate for him. If you're Arsenal Football Club, will you say, Granit Xhaka, one of our is a senior player, right? And one of the most
He's been fantastic this year. Let's call it straight. He has been fantastic
this year. Came back from the brink. Yeah. Will you say, if you were Arsenal Football Club, will you say, Granit Xhaka, thanks for the memories. See you later. Off you go to Germany and go bring in new players. If it was you, what will you do?
Yeah, I would move on personally because you can find someone on the market that does a better job, and that I ultimately, Tony, like I don't know about you, but I don't get emotionally attached to players at a club, bro, or a manager or whoever. Like, these are just guys that we're gonna support our teams until the very, very end, and we're going to see in 30 years, Arteta probably isn't going to be the manager unless things go spectacular. Lacazette moved on, Ozil, and even the legends from way gone. Tony Adams ain't around no more. Thierry Henry ain't around no more. David Seaman ain't around no more. Those time moves on, bro. Time moves on. And so if this isn't the first time Jacques has been linked with the move away as well. So I mean, for me, you could, but you need to bring in a replacement. You need to bring in a replacement.
And you see, that is why it's very critical that Arsenal go.
You're playing Champions League, man. You can't be doing these. You can't be doing.
Rice wants to come in. He wants to come in. He's a more better footballer. He's a more faster footballer. He has an IQ that is true. See, he has
technical ability. He blows Xhaka away.
Better than Granit Xhaka. Yeah. If you bring him and you bring a Caicedo, who would just sit in deep,
or he could play more advanced as an 8
and mop up things in the midfield. See, I genuinely think that we should move on from Granit Xhaka. He's been a good player, but will I be too sad to see him go? I don't think so, Steve Mal. I don't.
He's had one decent year out of 7, to be honest. One very consistent, good performing season. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, it happens. Everyone has their shelf life. Everyone, bro. Whether that's in a relationship, whether that's in a job.
He had a good season this season.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been wanting to play. And on Sunday, he was terrific second half, especially.
That last guy.
Yes, he ran all the way. Yeah.
Oh, my God, man.
It was terrific.
Top notch. And that tackle could have been 2 things. A penalty, if he did get it wrong. If he did get that tackle wrong yesterday. day before yesterday, sorry, it would have been a penalty. Yeah, because if he mistimed that in any way, bro, it could go wrong. So he could be a
Yeah.
hero at the end of the day, or be a villain at the
And
end of the day.
don't forget, one of the butterfly effects of your season as to why you're now trailing Man City, one of the butterfly effects is that Xhaka and Trent incident where you guys were 2-0 up, you were cruising, absolutely cruising in that game.
Exactly.
Liverpool, it was like in a boxing or a UFC match, you're bloodying up your opponent. You just need the final killer blow, but then you decide to just slack off for even a second, and you let your opponent back in. You let your opponent back in. He got the Liverpool crowd fired up, and that is one thing you don't want to do. It's like waking up an angry bear, bro. Just tiptoe by. You can't be walking by and spill your beer over him and wake him up. And that's exactly what happened on that day. And it's not all of Granit Xhaka's fault. Your team shouldn't have collapsed after that. It's a football crowd, but that situation could have been handled so much more professionally, in my opinion, from a Xhaka. And maybe you wouldn't be here at this point. That's why I say a butterfly effect. Because if that didn't happen, things might have been different. You might have walked away from that game 3-0 or 3-1 or 2-1.
See, look at this comment from Oregon Gunner. Yeah, Diaby on the way to Arsenal with Rice and Guhel. What do you think about this guy, Guhel?
Gahey? Mark Gahey.
Yeah.
Oh, I like Gahey at Palace. And same thing with his other partner in defense, Joachim Anderson. I think that could be, for me, that's a signing
would you take Gale in? Would you take him in Newcastle?
I'd take Gahey. Yeah, absolutely. As a backup to Share, or as he actually plays more on the left. So a backup to Sven Botman. He has the height. He has the good technical ability as well for a modern day center back. Yeah, I would take him absolutely for the right price. For sure.
Yeah. Good. Steve Mahala. Yeah. Good. Let's move away from Arsenal, Newcastle. Sure. We've already finished that bit because Arsenal won it. Steve Mahala, the howler of the weekend, Manchester United, David De Gea.
The hell,
what
bro.
in God's name? What in God's name was that? You know what? Yeah, I was at the Sports Carnage yesterday. Manchester United fans, in turns, having a go on David De Gea. But you know what? Yeah, I don't feel it's a total problem with that team. Yeah, because even Ragnick, when he was there, he said, "These guys, you need 6 to 10 players."
The famous words of that German man himself. Open heart surgery. A lot of outgoings and a lot of incomings.
Exactly.
On a club level, open heart surgery. And he was right. He was right.
He was right. So they just blaming David. For me, it's a height of hypocrisy. But man, that gaffe by this guy against West Ham.
Oh, it's terrible. Jeez. And it's not the first one. It's not the first one. Right? It's not the first one.
Steve, where do you see Manchester United ending up this season? Do you think they're going to catch up to you? That's one. Secondly, do you think Liverpool, the big red sharks, do you think they're circling enough, just enough to, nudge Manchester United off that top 4 story and create that history and create that story for themselves? Yeah, coming back from the brink of a horrible season, a horror show for them this season, coming back and beating the biggest rivals in Manchester United to that top 4 position. What do you think, Steve Mahala?
Honestly, I think it might be. I think Man United, they got to win those home games that they've got over. They've got Fulham at home, Chelsea at home, and then Wolves this Saturday, I think, at Old Trafford. They have to win those 3. They have to win
those games.
I think Bournemouth. I think
a little bit.
Yeah, but we'll see if that's just a faux pas. We'll see if that's just a if that's
A
just
flash in the pan, right?
yes, a one-off.
A
A
one-off.
one-off, right? Because that, just because they beat Bournemouth away 3-1 doesn't mean that all of a sudden it doesn't mean all of a sudden that Frank Lampard is just gonna, all of a sudden become an amazing manager overnight. That's not how this stuff works.
Totally understandable.
So for me, it's like, yeah, I think Manchester United will barely cross the line. Same with Newcastle. Liverpool are gonna make it tough. They're gonna make it very tough. I just think it's a little too late for Liverpool in terms of getting in there, because
But they're just 1 point away. They're 1 point
Yeah.
away. Anything
But
can
man,
happen.
yeah.
The rest of the games they have are easy games. Easy games. You know that Chelsea Football
No.
Club comes up against Manchester United. Draws when they've been playing with Manchester United. So there's that opening that could still come out in that game against Manchester versus Chelsea Football Club. Anything can happen.
I don't see it. Personally, I don't see it, because neither of those teams can score. Neither of them can consistently. Yeah. I mean, who's scoring goals like crazy nowadays for Manchester United if it ain't Marcus Rashford?
Marcus Rashford, yeah, exactly. See, Steve, enough of Manchester United. I'm happy for whatever they're going through.
Yeah,
right
of
now.
course.
Yeah. Steve.
Yeah.
The game today, Real Madrid against Manchester City. Now, the reason why I know we'll be having watch along in your own channel quite maybe later on this evening. But Steve, man, you can't deny it that this Manchester City game against Real Madrid has serious repercussions for Arsenal.
Yeah.
What do you think is going to happen? And what are those repercussions if you see it in my way?
Well, the repercussions are this could be history for Manchester City. That's first and foremost, right? Outside of anything else, this is something that Man City are obviously, this is their, battle to fight. They could make history becoming the second English team ever to win a treble. So that's one part of the things. Then there's the other in terms of, if somehow, some way they went to the Bernabeu and won 5-0, maybe they could play some kids in the second leg. But if they lose 2 or 3-0 or 3-1 or whatever, my prediction's 3-1 Real Madrid win. Then that you got to think about. Then they're going to Goodison on Sunday. Then that takes a title fight. I think they'll win the FA Cup final regardless. I think that'll be. They'll win. I think so. Yeah, I think so. Because Manchester United have been lucky a few of these games, and you can't just rely on luck against Man City. That's not gonna fly, bro. You have to perform at a very high level to even get a point from Man City, home or away. Yeah. So for me, yeah, absolutely, it's a massive game. On both sides of it, absolutely. And then for Real Madrid, they could go back-to-back UCL winners under Ancelotti. You might not even be there next season, because he only has 1 year left.
Might not be there.
So you never know. I think if they go out in the semifinals, they'll sack him, bro. I think they will. They will. There's been lots of rumblings about it. So I mean,
but again, there's been lots of rumors that Mikel Arteta might be the chosen one for that Real Madrid job. What do you think? Do you think that he has enough pedigree to go and fill the boots of Carlo Ancelotti at Real Madrid? Why?
No, not at this point. Not at this. Not at this point.
Is there something?
Not at this point. No.
Steve Mahala, is there something in Mikel Arteta that these other clubs are seeing that we that are always watching the Premiership aren't seeing? Barcelona wanted him to replace Xavi mid-season, and you know what? They didn't go privately with it. They went public with it. They were like, "Come and replace Xavi in mid-season, this season." And again, now Real Madrid, the rumblings everywhere that you know what? They want Mikel Arteta. What is it that these clubs, even PSG, came out? You know what, Mikel Arteta, we want you. If you dump Arsenal this second, please just come to PSG. See, these big clubs, Real Madrid, Barcelona, PSG. What are we seeing in Mikel Arteta? What are they seeing in Mikel Arteta that we didn't? Maybe not neutrals, but we that are actually watching these games week in, week out aren't seeing.
I mean, he plays good football. You guys have been good this year. The thing is, for me though, he still lacks that experience. For me, once Arteta moves on from an Arsenal, I think he should go back to Spain and learn his trade not at a top 3 club like an Atletico Madrid, a Barca, Real Madrid. Go to a Sevilla. Go to a Real Betis, a Valencia if they're still in La Liga. They're in a relegation battle, bro. That would be interesting because that club, Valencia, need a proper rebuild. Then again, I don't think any manager there is set up for success. So maybe that's not even the best choice. But I think that would suit him best. I think that might suit him best, or maybe a side that's battling relegation because, Tony, for me, one of the things that I'm sure you've noticed this as well is that Arteta, for me, he has options with Arsenal, but he's not using them to the fullest of extent, like Kivior, Trossard, and Jorginho. Those guys should have been utilized better this season in those games against Liverpool, West Ham, Southampton. Why is Trossard not playing? Why is Jorginho not coming in for Thomas Partey when Partey's in very poor form?
Okay.
If you're in a relegation situation and one of your players is not performing, you have to bench him for someone else.
You have to.
Like, there's no comfort of, oh, well, at least we'll get this and this. No, you might get relegated and your club might get liquidated, bro, if the financial situation is poor. So that means you have to play this player or that player because you need a result. It's called grinding. And it's called utilizing the squad because it's survival of the fittest. It's the survival of the fittest.
Steve, because we'll soon be going, yeah. But Steve, look into Arsenal, look into Man City. Do you think there's an opening for Arsenal to actually gazump Manchester City? Is there any iota of hope for Arsenal? This is a title run in. It's a title challenge for Arsenal to go into the belly of the beast in St. James Park and grind out a result,
not just a result, a win.
Yeah. It shocked everyone in the league because everyone thought that Arsenal would be grilled. I thought that would be bamboozled and completely obliterated at St. James Park. Even across the pond sport is even saying, Anthony, have you asked Steve Mahala about Newcastle, or what is his thoughts on Lacazette and the 4 goals he put up?
For Lyon, that game on Sunday, they played Montpellier. Montpellier at one point were 4-1 up. And this guy, Lacazette, oh my word, comes up with the 4-piece.
With a 4-piece.
I'm pretty sure it might have been a perfect hat trick. It was on the same time as the Newcastle game, so I couldn't pay full attention.
He never scored that when it was at Arsenal.
I mean, 4 goals, that don't happen much in any league. You know what I'm saying? That don't happen every single weekend, Lacazette, it was incredible. It really, really was. But bro, he's hell of a player.
You still see Arsenal gazumping Man City for this league. Is there any iota of hope you give to Arsenal, Steve Mahala?
I'll give you a 10% chance. 10% chance. Yeah. I think a 10% chance because maybe Man City slip. It's nothing high, but the 10%, that means 10 times out of 100 it'll happen. So it's not super likely, or 1 out of 10 if you want to go down and down. So yeah, bro. For me, it's probably like a 10% chance, I'd say. That's just me though, because Man City got some tough games, and they've got Champions League obviously, and then the FA Cup final that they'll be thinking about as well. But this is what Pep does, bro. He is the mastermind in this situation, especially in the Premier League sense. So
in the Premier League.
we'll just
right?
have to see, man. We'll just have to see. I'll give it a 10% chance. What's your percentage that Arsenal win it? I'm saying 10.
You know what? Yeah, see, Steve. Yeah, like me and you talked on the phone today. See,
Yeah.
I do think that this matchup today matters a whole lot for Arsenal's title challenge.
It could. Yeah.
It matters. It matters.
Yeah.
If Man City goes all the way to the Bernabeu today and pulls out a big upset and beat up Real Madrid in a fashion that they can have the luxury of playing, at least, with a potent side, with Everton come this weekend, then I'll say, it's all done. I'll just give Arsenal a 20% chance of winning it.
Okay, so you're just doubling up. All right, fair enough.
Yeah, I'm
Fair
just
enough.
doubling up on that, and that's
All right.
because I still don't see Man City beating up Real Madrid in the Bernabeu. For me, it's not going to happen. But
Yeah.
again, if it's a draw, or if Real Madrid, it's this kind of night that this guy Karim Benzema, this kind of night. These are the nights he lives for. Yeah. If he comes up and turns up and does something great this night and wins it for the Bernabeu faithfuls, you know what? Man City will be forced to, play ball with Everton. They might drop points against Everton. And mind you, Brighton, after losing that game against Everton,
5-1.
5-1. That was, bro. They need those games. Even the game against Arsenal will be a tough one. They will fancy their chances against Manchester City. Also, Everton will fancy their chances against Man City. They are in a legitimate relegation scrap. They need to get those points. And mind you, Brentford still want their head to be nicked into that European football this season. They want to see if they can still get European football, right?
Yeah.
They need to be solid. They need to go into that Manchester City matchup and have that belief that they could get some points. So I generally see Man City having, a big problem. It depends on this night.
We'll see.
Steve Mahala, I can't wait for this night for me and you to, just
should be a good game. Also, should be a really good game.
Mostly for
different styles, different players, a different manager. Two excellent top class managers. We'll see, man. We'll see.
We'll see
how it goes.
Who do you give the win to?
I'm saying Real Madrid tonight 3-1. I'm saying Real Madrid tonight 3-1.
Man, when you said that today, man, I was in shock. I was like,
bro, but these ain't no little kids that Man City are playing. This is the biggest and baddest club on planet Earth. The number one, bro. The number one. Like, everybody knows. Everybody from Togo to Taiwan, from Turkey to Turkmenistan. Bro, everyone knows Real Madrid. Everyone. These guys are big and bad for a reason. All them trophies, all them players, that, bro, it's not easy.
And again, they have players that can turn up the heat anytime they like.
Yeah.
Don't be deceived.
Especially if they're in trouble. They're 2-0. They were 2-0 down at Anfield, remember, in 2 rounds ago. But they managed to pull up, and get through it. Get through it.
Yeah. So it shows their mentality.
Exactly.
The club,
they're never out. They're never out. They are never ever out of a game.
They're never out. They have players that can galvanize. They have centurions down there that are willing to grab the game by the scruff of the neck and get in those goals for them. They have Karim Benzema. They have Rodrigo, who could also, who can do something this night. So let's see what's going to happen. And mind you, what's this Brazilian they have? Vinicius Jr. will also be there this night.
The best left winger in the world.
Undoubtedly, man. See,
Rodrigo as well.
So you can imagine
Fantastic
if they put
player.
that front three, what's gonna happen, man?
Yeah.
Man City, you better be up for that fight this night.
Yeah.
Arsenal forever says, yeah. Arteta also needs to know and understand how to utilize players for their strength
Absolutely.
and how to switch up the style of play.
Absolutely.
Also learn more about game management,
Yes.
taking
Yeah.
risk. See, yeah. Arsenal forever is cooking. Arsenal
Yeah,
forever. You
man.
should be on a show with us quite soon. I have to get back to you and know which of the shows you can come around with. Steve Mahala, shout out your channel. Shout out what you might be doing later on. So and just talk us up and shout out your channel because we have to go and have a little bit of a break and before we come back for the matchup.
Yeah, bro. My channel Strasburg Steve. On YouTube, just Strasburg space Steve, and then yeah, we'll be doing the watch out for Real Madrid, Man City in a few minutes here. So yeah, that's what we got
Yeah,
going on, man.
guys. Guys. Yeah, go and subscribe to Steve Mahala's channel. Yeah, of course, I'll put the link after the show. Please go down there. See, he does watch alongs. Yeah, he's
Yep.
not a novice to this. He's a professional in the
Absolutely.
obscure. He knows more about the Ligue 1, knows about the German Bundesliga, Spanish, anything you want to know about football. This is the guy you to go and meet. He is the encyclopedia of the obscure. Talk about the Premiership is there. Everything you need to know. Just go down to his channel, subscribe to his channel, join him in most of the watch alongs that he does, and join him on the terrace where he always goes to most of the time. Join him with Jez also. He goes to Jez's channel. All the
Newcastle
spaces.
Fans
He does stuff
TV.
with
I'm on a few
everywhere.
different.
Newcastle
Yeah.
Fans TV is everywhere there. Go join this guy, subscribe to his channel, and join us on the watch along Real Madrid versus Manchester City coming up in about, let's say, 30 more minutes. On that note, peace out. We're out,
Peace
guys.
out.
We're out.
Thanks for tuning